On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more. Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more. Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying. First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying. First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is CHIP. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Dates Live. Good evening. I am your host, Sean Garvey. Thank you so much for coming on So Dates Live on YouTube. All right, if you're new to the program, this is the show, the live show. This is not pre-taped. This is not pre-recorded. This is live. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is live. But if you are new to the show, this is the dating game show in which we bring on singles. We bring on a bachelor or bachelorette to be the main dater of the show, and he or she will choose one out of the three people to go on a date with based on the chemistry, based on the connection, and how well they answer tonight's questions. We go through 3 rounds with each contestant. They have to answer every question to the best of their ability, and we leave it to you, the viewers, to decide on who you think the bachelor or the bachelorette should go on a date with. And at the very, very end of the program, we leave it to the bachelor and the bachelorette to choose one out of the 3 contestants to go on a date with. Not that your vote matters, okay? Your vote matters, but it's the bachelor or the bachelorette that have the final say so at the end of the day. Because you're not going on a date with that person. The bachelor or bachelorette is going on the date with whoever he or she picks. That's how the game goes, okay? I am out on location, as you can tell. I decided to take So Dates Live on the road, even though we were supposed to go on a brief hiatus until sometime 2025. But I figured, okay, I'm in the giving moment because it is the holiday season, a couple of days before Christmas, until Christmas. Christmas Eve is a day away from now, and then comes Christmas Day. And we know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, we know that there are people out there that are still single during the holiday season, and they want to cozy up with that special someone in front of the fireplace, if you have a fireplace inside your home. But it is the holiday season. I'm in a giving mood, so I was like, okay, let me bring back So Dates Live. We haven't done a live episode in the past few weeks because of all these new changes that we're doing in the background, and because I'm relocating and moving here and there a lot. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be Santa Claus for Sunday and Monday, and then after that, I'm not doing any more. No more So Dates Live until sometime in 2025. Okay, no more So Dates Live episodes until 2025. This is it. Well, tonight and tomorrow night, because we have a back-to-back episode. We actually have another episode of So Dates Live coming up a little bit later on in the program, around the 9 p.m. hour, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have another bachelorette come on tonight's program. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. We have a lot of people in the queue, by the way. And the reason for a lot of people in the queue is because we've been doing So Dates Live since 2024, since summer of 2024, right? Or was it 2023? See, this lets you know how old I'm doing. Okay? I know we've done a lot of episodes. But there have been episodes where people would drop off at the last minute. They would literally go ghost on the daters and on the contestants. We've had episodes like that in the past. So, my producer, shout out to my producer, Kelly, who's been doing a great job in getting these daters to come on. We decided to overbook some people to come on the show. Originally, we were supposed to have 1 person and 3 people. And then in the midst of things, we had some people canceled at the last minute, dropped out at the last minute. We didn't hear back from them. But it's television, ladies and gentlemen. So this is live. It's not pre-recorded. Like I said a few moments ago, this is live. So anything can happen, all right? So this is going to be kind of like a speed dating type of episode. Something that we don't do on every episode of So Dates Live. We have done a speed dating episode once upon a time in which I was involved as both the host and the date. All right, so this is going to be a very interesting night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have, let's see who we have in the studio. We have 3 women. I think this is perfect. We have 3 women, and I think we have 4 guys. 4 men, 3 women for the first hour of Sunday's Live. All right, so my producer is texting me, and she thinks it's a good idea to do 2. One from 8 to 9, and then another one from 9 to 10. And whoever doesn't make it in this first hour of Sunday's Live will go on to the second hour for another shot to shoot that shot. Get it? Okay. All right. I'm not a comedian, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just a host and co-producer of Sunday's Live. All right. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is 12 minutes past the hour. We're gonna go to few of our daters here. I think we're gonna let the ladies introduce themselves first, okay? Because we got so many people in the green room, and we're gonna allow them to talk about how their dating life has been before we let them do their thing in the sweet dating Christmas edition of Soul Dates Live, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're gonna let you listen to this bumper music while I pull up the profile here for the first dater. Okay, so let's start with this woman right here from New York. We got a lot of New Yorkers. I think we got a few New Yorkers here on Soul Dates Live tonight. She is a New Yorker, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull my mic up just a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. She is a New Yorker, and she says she's having a hard time finding that perfect someone for quite some time right now. She is currently taking classes, doing small acting gigs, trying to work her way into the television and film industry. Her favorite music is 90s alternative and rap. Oh, I'm liking this woman so far. She doesn't like country music, however. I hope you like Shabusi. I hope you like Shabusi, though, even though you don't like country music. She is also a Sagittarian. Shout out to the Sagittarius people out there. She works in finance, and her hobbies include yoga, time with family and friends, and traveling and doing fun things. That sounds simple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do we have Kathleen? That is Kathleen, ladies and gentlemen. Kathleen, if you're there you go. Welcome to Soul Dates Live. Good evening, Kathleen. How you doing?
Hi, Sean. I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here.
Let me turn the music just a little bit down. There we go. Now we can hear you. Okay. We enjoy that theme song. We want to hear your voice. Good evening. Welcome to Soul Dates Live. We're going to start all over because I think you deserve a round of applause there. Let's see if we can get your applause there. Kathleen from New York. There we go. Kathleen.
Yeah.
There you go. Applause right there. From New York. You're in New York, right?
Yes, I do. I'm born and raised in New York.
Born and raised in New York. If I had that New York song, you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I would play that. I would play that for you.
But
All right. So let's bring the applause now. That's a long applause right there. All right. So Kathleen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, like you mentioned in the kind of the overview, I'm not a huge fan of online dating. I've tried it every now and then, but I get ghosted a lot, and it just seems like a waste of time to get interviewed by people you don't even know, and then they just cancel. And so, not that there's anything wrong with it. I prefer organic, getting to know people. But I tend to have like a small circle, so I don't really put myself out there. I'm kind of shy, even though I'm not. But so yeah, I'm energetic and I'm full of life, but I need that little kickstart to meet people.
Okay. All right. So what is your takeaway from tonight's show?
I'm going to have fun. This is something like Sean and I were just emailing, like this is, why not? Like I was like, figured why not? Let's do this. And so I'm going to have fun. Hopefully I get to meet some people and maybe a nice date comes out of it. And if not, I just had a great time with you all here.
Tell us your worst date. What has been your worst date from hell?
Oh, I've actually had a few really bad dates, but one of them was, this guy took me to like this posh club, and then next thing you know, he just gets on his phone and starts talking in a different language to a bunch of people. He kept getting on his phone, talking different language. I was like, what am I doing here? And So that did not sit well, but that's the first one that popped in my head. I've had some really great dates too, though.
Okay, all right. I think we'll have some great dates tonight.
Yes.
Let's see what happens. All right, appreciate it, Kathleen. Thank you so much. We're going to remove you for a quick second here, and we're going to still keep the ladies on. We're going to keep the ladies on for just one moment right here on Soul Dates Live. That was Kathleen, ladies and gentlemen. Let me also bring on this next beautiful woman that is sitting in our queue here, who is also from New York. Like I said, we got a couple of people from New York, ladies and gentlemen. She describes her dating life to be a bit shaky at best. A bit shaky at best. Her hobbies include yoga, by the way, also tennis, gardening, hiking, boating, surfing, working out, making friends, traveling, dancing, exploring, being spontaneous, learning new things, growing as a person every day. That is a lot. That's a lot of activities right there. She is a Libra. Big shout out to the Libras out there. What is she looking for in a physical type of guy? Tall, dark, and handsome. I think she was just joking there, but she doesn't have a type, but he have to be smart, emotionally intelligent. That is the key word of 2024, in my personal opinion. Oh, and muscle. He has to be fit. Now, he got to be fit like what? Vin Diesel, The Rock. Let's bring her on. Let's bring her on so she can go in depth about that. Adriana, is it Adriana? Adriana, we got to get your applause right here also. Adriana from New York, welcome to Soul Dates Live. You are glowing. How you doing this evening?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Awesome. Okay, so you want a man with muscles.
Not necessarily. When posed, I was presented the question, what's your physical type?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's not about the muscles, really. And it's much more about, and it's not about a certain physique. It's more about a lifestyle, right? So like if a man is active and a little overweight,
Okay.
that's okay. But if he's, ripped and has nothing up here, that's not okay. So I think just finding a perfect balance of enough going on here, a lot going on here, and someone who likes to be as active as I am. So, physically strong, whatever that may look like.
There was a term in high school and grade school, we called them jocks. Jocks for a reason, because they were muscle bound, but they didn't have everything up here.
Yeah, not a fan of jocks.
Okay, so talk to us more about your dating life. How has it been? Any worst dates? Give us the tea.
When I was listening to Kathleen, I was thinking, gosh, how would I answer that question in terms of like bad dates? And I luckily haven't had any like awful dates. I also I've also been fortunate to meet really decent guys, and I've been separated, divorced for 3 years, and kind of looking to date for like a year or so, the last year.
Yeah.
And I just can't handle the app scene and the back and forth and the writing of the novels and the good morning, good night, what are you up to? It's like I just can't. And like Kathleen said, I'd much rather just meet someone organically, someone who has like shared values or shared interests, or someone at the gym, or someone at the tennis club, or someone on vacation. But dating these days, especially with the apps, and just, it's like this, it's a very weird culture. And the window shopping for like human beings is really is tough and uncomfortable. And so I don't know. I just thought, hey, I get to talk to people live. This is definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So.
Well, welcome to Soul Dates Live. We don't do any of that on here. You might have to swipe somebody towards the end of this broadcast, but somebody might swipe you. I don't know where this plane is going to land, but we shall see. All right, we're going to bring you back on in just a few. Thank you so much. All right, let's bring on our next dater. We are doing our round of introductions before we go to the men. It is ladies from New York. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Another New Yorker. She describes the dating scene as unsatisfying. Wow. Okay. Ugh, it is hard out there. Her hobbies include painting, play golf, play piano. She's very social. She is also in art. Is it art, real estate? She's going to explain that in just a little bit. And she is a Pisces, by the way. Okay. And, she's looking for somebody that's in the NYC or Florida. There's a connection between New York and Florida, by the way. I just noticed that over the years. We have Nancy on Soul
Hi.
Live. Nancy, welcome to Soul Days Live.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's so fun. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so what is this connection between New York and Florida? I've been wondering that for quite some time now. I'm kind of part New Yorker because I have family in New York, but I love Florida.
Yeah.
So what is this connection between New York and Florida real quick?
It gets cold up here in New York. We want a little warmth. And sometimes we find it in Florida. Today it was one of the coldest days we've had in New York in a couple of years. So, there's snowbirds and all. And my family's always been New York, Florida, and I love it. I got married there years and years ago. And sadly, I lost my wonderful husband to a heart attack many years ago. So we got married in Florida. So it's got a real happy place, happy spot in my in my heart.
Yeah. So what
I like sun.
We love sun. We love sun too. We don't like a lot of rain.
No, we don't like rain.
Yeah.
So actually, I love nature. I love even though I love art, and art's my passion. I am a painter, collect art, put art together with real estate for mutual gain some of the time. And I'm social. I give these parties once a month for people at my club. And I like to be happy, and had a long relationship with somebody after my husband passed, a wonderful guy. His wife died. And we remain friends, but it hasn't been a love affair in so long, maybe 5-6 years. And, it's lonely. I've met a lot of people and had a number of dates that wouldn't be considered great. So, I'm, not going to write any books, but been there.
All right. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll be writing a book after this experience. So there's life.
Will I be writing a book?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll write the book on you. Oh, you did.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm glad you said that because I want to show something to our viewers in just a few moments.
Okay.
It's something, it's pertaining to what you just alluded to just a few moments ago.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you said that. So for all my viewers watching right now on YouTube at BEATBREAKRADIO, don't forget to subscribe. You will get a chance to see what I'm talking about in just a few minutes. Okay. So we're going to bring you back down, Nancy, because
thank you, sir.
You are
great.
So we're going to go ahead and start the dating round, ladies and gents, because, we're getting ready for the second hour of Soul Days Live at Beat Break Radio on YouTube. And usually, just FYI, ladies and gentlemen, we simulcast on multiple streaming platforms, not just only on YouTube, but on our channel Honey, the Flow Television Network, a few other places, Apple TV, Android TV, so many places. And unfortunately, because of some things that we're working behind the scenes right now, we can only broadcast on one platform at a time. Boo, boo. But that's why we wanted to take a hiatus from doing Soul Days Live so we can get everything back in order, or to restructure how we do things here at Soul Days Live. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be the Santa Claus this week, and I'm in the giving spirit. I'm in the giving mood right now to help these daters find love right here on Soul Days Live. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring on a gentleman this time, and I'm going to pull up his profile here. And what we're going to do, because in the interest of time, we're going to go ahead and start the rounds here. And what we're going to do is just have the women one by one come up and ask this guy questions, and then we'll move on to the next male dater, and then we're going to keep going from there. So let me bring this guy on now. I want to bring this gentleman on. Let me see if I can do a close up on him right here, right away. Your name is Mike Jones.
Yes, sir.
Mike Jones. Okay, Mike Jones. Let me give you an applause, by the way. Welcome, Mike Jones. Thank you for coming on 4 Days Live. Now, Mike Jones, you got a unique name.
Yes, sir.
Has anybody told you or anybody said anything about your name, Mike Jones?
Oh, absolutely. Every time my name gets mentioned, I always respond back, tipping on fo. He had one song. That's the only verse I know, and everybody that says it, that's what I respond back to.
Wow. Okay, so if I say, all right, what? Say your name again.
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones. Tipping on fo.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. It's true. Like, and when he was out, they wanted to talk to Mike Jones, so she'd get on the phone. You want to talk to Mike Jones? They go, yeah. I'd get on and go, how you doing? And they'd start screaming. Everything with my name on it has been stolen.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
It was fun.
I bet it was. I bet it was. All right. So, Mike Jones, you just saw the ladies just a few moments ago. This is going to be like a speed dating round here. And I'm going to play some music in the background, of course, just to, add a little romantic feel to the broadcast tonight, So Days Live. And what each lady is going to do, we usually do 3 rounds, but because we have so many people, we're going to go into an unorthodox situation right now, and they're just going to ask you any questions, okay, that comes to their mind. So we want to treat this like this is the first date, okay? All right? Is that cool with you? So they can ask you any question.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You can hesitate.
I'm good.
We want you to be truthful and honest as possible, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right? Okay, here we go. So we're gonna bring on, let's see if Kathleen is still there. Kathleen, are you there? Okay, she is there. All right. So, wait, I think my producer's telling me to, because usually go through these 3 rounds, right? I wanted to do random. But let's just do round 1. Okay. My producer is telling me this. Round 1, first day out. Okay, so let me explain to you, and let me bring on Kathleen to the stage here. Kathleen, we see you. Say hello to Mike.
Hi,
Mike Jones.
Hi, Kathleen. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You have a
Okay.
good smile.
Oh, gave you a compliment. Oh, okay, he came ready. All right, so round 1, first day out. You, Kathleen, and you, Mike, you will ask each other first date question, or not even a first date question, but your ideal date. What is your ideal date on the first date? Okay, so you all have 1 minute to answer this question. What is your ideal date before we move on to the next participant? Okay, you ready?
Yep. Go.
Okay. Round 1, first day out. Let's go.
So my ideal first date is something where you're not just stuck together in a place. Like, if going to a movie makes no sense to me, because how would you get to know someone? But I also wouldn't kind of lock myself into like a 4-hour first date. So maybe either getting coffee, or actually I prefer going for a walk, or doing something where it's not just sitting down, and it kind of gives the person who plans the date a way to show their kind of preferences. So something casual is my preference, and then a second date could be a little bit more formal. How about you?
Absolutely. I agree. The first date does need to be a very casual, relaxed, low pressure, allowing both people to get to know each other, to be comfortable and get to know each other. It could be a simple coffee date, like you said, meet up, grab a casual bite. at a favorite local spot. But the goal, I believe that the goal of the first date is to keep things light, fun, centered on easy conversation. And if there's no connection, give them an easy out.
Yep. Something light and breezy. And I don't like the cookie cutter of, like the first date, like dinner and a movie. It seems so, I don't know. It's just a lot. But yeah, I agree.
Thank you. I agree with you also.
All right, time's up. Y'all give yourselves a hand clap. Good job on that. All right, thank you so much, Kathleen. All right, let's go over to Adriana. Let's remove you from the room here. Adriana. Mike Jones.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Okay, here we go. First date out. You all go ahead. You ask him, Adriana and Mike. You ask each other, what is your ideal date? Let's do it.
You tell me first. I heard a little bit about what you said before, but tell me about your ideal first date.
Again, you're going to have a conversation prior, so I pick out what some of her favorite places are. Choose one of those to where it's a very low pressure, easy to see if we have a connection. If we have a connection, then you can ask for a second date, but also I want her to feel comfortable to where if there is no connection, she has an easy out and nice to meet you and have a nice day. So dating's hard. I want to make it easy.
Yeah.
Place to meet, it doesn't matter. Except for show. I agree with that. No show.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more with your description. Can you hear me okay?
You're breaking up a little.
Yeah. I completely agree with you in terms of like if
Oh, you're breaking up just a little bit. Oh, Adriana, you were breaking up just a little bit. We can bring you back on. You can get that worked out. You probably may need to take your earbuds or something like that because sometimes that will happen. But we're gonna take you out of the room and then we're gonna bring you back on. But if you can work that out, that would be great. We're gonna go to let's see here. We're gonna go to Nancy. We're gonna return to Adriana because we want to hear what she has to say. But let's go over to Nancy, and this time my producer. Oh.
Hi, Nancy. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. So, what I like, I want to hear about what you like, but I could give you a little hint of what I like. Is I like to ask the other person to find a place they really like, and it could be a park bench, or it could just be a place to get a sandwich. Nothing fancy. I don't mind going on an eating first date. Just to see what the person's all about. Nothing expensive, but and I like to just laugh a lot and see if there's a connection. And if there isn't, there isn't. But I like to find out what makes the other person smile. Because if you can't figure that out and you don't have what makes them smile, then maybe somebody else does.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You
will hear a lot of dumb dad jokes for me. A ton of them. I try to embarrass my kids with my dumb dad jokes and dad, but
I love that. I love that.
That's I like it. And let me rephrase it. I agree with you. One of my first dates, a long time ago, was we grabbed 2 Subway sandwiches and we went to a park and we just sat across from each other, had the sandwiches and just talked. And pressure, the sun was out there, nobody was bothering us. It was just nice,
Yeah, it's just, you're not starving and it's fun and things come out when you're eating. I find that, when you're in a congenial atmosphere, things come out. Like you said, you talk about your kids. I don't have kids and it's important to me that I like to be with somebody who has family. Family is very important.
Oh, family is huge.
So.
Yeah, I've got two daughters that are both often married, and they are very much still daddy's.
Yeah, wonderful.
Time's up. All right, thank you so much. Great answers. Thank you so much, Nancy. Okay, let's see if we can return back over to Adriana, oh, she dropped off. I think she's trying to get her audio to work. Okay, all right. Mike Jones.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about three women thus far? Even though we had a bit of a technical issue with Adriana's part, but what do you think about all three women thus far?
All three are cordial. All three are beautiful, and all three have a good sense of awareness.
All right. Okay. Well, great. You're gonna stick around for a little bit. You have to stick around for a little bit.
Absolutely.
You have to, Mike, because you're Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
All right. Stick around. Thank you so much, Mike. Okay, we're gonna bring on our next bachelor here, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you all see the ticker at the bottom. Make sure you send us a Cash App donation if you like the show. Cash App us, $Reach One Communications. That's Reach One Communications at the bottom of your screen there, ladies and gentlemen. And also, if you want to be a participant on Soul Dates Live, go ahead and send us an email to souldateslive@gmail.com. All right, we got Sky. Sky is now with us here on Soul Dates Live. Thank you so much for your patience. How you doing, Sky?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Man, I am doing great. I am doing lovely, man. I'm having a great time thus far. So a little bit about you, Sky, from Missouri, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Missouri? Okay,
yep.
Cool. And so you came on this show because according to what you told our producer, you're not dating as of right now. You really haven't dated effectively at all before this time. But the interesting about you is that you have an eclectic taste when it comes to music, smooth jazz, rock, and metal. You like different types of music and stuff. What else do you want the ladies to know about Sky?
So I'm a mechanical engineer. I own 2 successful businesses with a third coming on the way. I currently don't have a house. I'm renovating a house that I just closed on last week, but I do live in a 30,000 square foot factory at the moment. I remember purchasing it about 5 years ago, and I've been renovating that slowly as the businesses have been operating out of it. So that's been an interesting experience. And I'm a real big fan of geohistory, the arts, the sciences, etc. So I've read a lot of ancient texts like Vitruvius's De Architectura Deum. I've read a lot of anthropology, a lot of sociology, very well read on philosophy like Nietzsche, Spinoza, Max Stirner, the whole 9 yards. So I have eclectic tastes in many matters, and I consider myself to be a bit of a Renaissance man.
Ooh, you hear that, ladies? You know, a lot of women like a Renaissance man. Women love a Renaissance man. I thought you were about to pull out something.
No, I'm just turning off the
Oh, okay. All right. So what are you hoping to get from tonight's taping of Soul Dates Live?
I'm just doing this for the experience above all.
For the experience. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I ain't mad at that. All right. So we just got done doing the rounds. My producer is texting me at the same time while I'm in real time with you, Sky, and all the daters here. And we're just going to go ahead and just allow the women to ask you some random questions, and you ask them whatever question you would like to ask them. Hold on 1 second. There we go. It is 1 second. Having some technical difficulties.
Love technical difficulties.
All right, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, we're taking this show on the road, and we are in a different mood right now during the Christmas holiday season. So we are going to have some technical difficulties. But we're back on live now, right here on Soul Dates Live, ladies and gentlemen, with your host, Sean Garvey. Make sure you hit us up with that Cash App, $Reach One Communication. So, Sky, you ready to talk to the dater?
As I'll ever be.
All right, let's go ahead and, because we're still waiting for Adriana to come back on, but let's go ahead to Kathleen. Kathleen, go ahead and turn your camera back on. Say hello to Sky.
Hi, Sky. How are you?
Hello. Doing fine yourself?
I'm good.
All right, let's do it. All right, Kathleen, ask Sky any question you want to ask him on the first date, and he will do the same thing. All right, you all got 1 minute. Let's go.
So, okay, well, hearing the interest that you have, I like that same sort of going to museums and doing all of that stuff. Do you have a favorite comedy TV show or movie, or do you like going to see comedy, or are you always very serious? Like, what's your?
No, I enjoy comedy. My the comedy that I enjoy tends to be rather twisted and dark, so not really everybody's cup of tea. But regardless, I'm pretty down for most experiences in one. As far as TV is concerned, I don't even own a TV. Don't bother.
Okay, very interesting. Do you have any questions for me?
No questions.
Okay. You can come back, Sean.
I'm in the background listening. I'm in the background listening. All right, thank you so much, Kathleen. All right, let's go. We're gonna take you out of the stage here for a second here, and let's bring on Nancy. Same thing. Say hello to Sky.
Hi. I like what you said, and you sound like a guy who could really teach somebody a lot. You know.
Well,
you have a lot of interest.
Well, I do have a lot of interest, but I don't consider myself to be a genius. I've had the pleasure of meeting many people far smarter than I am, learning whatever I could from them, but I don't consider myself to be particularly bright. But regardless of my intellectual capacities or lack thereof, I mean, I don't know how much you want to review my CV or not, but that's neither here nor there.
I know. I'm okay.
Yeah. So, but disregarding that, I'm just a guy at the end of the day.
Just a guy trying to get through the day and get through you sound very creative though.
I try to be. I mean,
yeah.
If you're not creative, then what's the point of living, right? We've all been
I feel that way.
With this Promethean spark of imagination. what good is it if we can't put it to use and reify our imagination into the tangible world?
I agree with you. So that's well, good. So much the better. Congratulations. I don't know. Do you want to know anything about me? You don't have to ask any, but.
No, I don't really.
You have your 2 minutes. You have your 2 seconds.
Well, I mean, what am I going to ask you, right? What?
Nothing.
What would you want to be asked?
Nothing really. You know what? Truthfully, I love to be with people who are a little bit quiet and a little bit mysterious. And then I can find out, they're like peeling an onion. You find out more and more about them as you get to know them.
Onions have layers. Is that a Shrek reference in 2024?
Possibly. I don't remember where I stole it from. It's not original.
Well, some layers you don't want to peel past, but
okay.
But that's true with everyone.
It is.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding. All right, Nancy and Sky. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. We're going to remove you for a second there, Nancy. Okay. So, Sky, what do you think about both women so far?
They're women.
That they are. Last time I checked. Okay. All right, Sky. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna take you out of the studio for just 1 second there. Once again, Cash App us $Reach One Communications. That's the Cash App to donate if you like the content and if you want more shows like these. $Reach One Communications. All right, Sean Garvey, Soul Dates Live, taking the show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. Had a bit of some technical difficulties there, but it's live television. It's live, and I am doing all the engineering and producing and hosting at the same time. Tell me somebody who does all that on one show. I'll wait. Okay, time's up. All right, y'all. We're getting close to the second hour of Soul Days Live. We're going to be doing an extension of Soul Days Live because we do have another bachelorette that's going to be coming on very shortly in just a few moments. So we have Mike Jones and we have Sky in the studio. And I don't know what happened to Adriana. What happened to you, Adriana? Where did you go? Where did you go? All right, so let's do this. Let's do this, shall we? Let's go back to Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
What? Tipping on Popo.
All right, so we're gonna have you. I think. Let's see if because I hear another sound here. Okay. All right. Our bachelorette is in the green room right now for the second hour of the program. So Mike Jones, we only got about less than 15 minutes before the top of the hour. So let's do this. Okay. We're gonna bring Kathleen and Nancy on at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. And here's what I want you to do, Mike. Ask both of them, individually, one at a time, any question that comes to your mind. Okay, Mike Jones?
Absolutely.
Okay? So I'm going to remove myself. Let's start with Kathleen. All right, let's go.
Let me think for a second. Kathleen.
Yes.
What is a belief or value that you hold that has shaped you to be the person that you are today?
Mike, that's actually that's a beautiful question. I was just with my friend yesterday and we were talking about this. She's actually watching right now. Over the past few years, I've done a lot of work, and integrity and trust and faith and values and belief. And I try to focus myself on being a better person every day. And when I catch myself being negative, and I'm prone to just negative thinking. But I have a really great life. I appreciate the life I have. I'm grateful. I'm in my mid-40s now. I still have my parents in my life. And so I try to be present mentally, physically, and spiritually with whoever I'm with. I try to not be on my phone too much. I try to actually honor and respect the time of the people I'm with them. So that's kind of where I've been focusing on. That.
Great. To be grateful is awesome. Yeah. So many people are not grateful for what they have. Nancy.
Hi. I like what Kathleen said. I am somebody who believes in the genuine, and I believe in love, and I believe in giving, and I feel very, very, very grateful in my life, even though I've lost so many people, both my parents and a lot of wonderful friends. I think the more people you involve yourself with in business and in all aspects, the more you're going to lose, but you get so much out of it. And I try to get something out of each friendship and each interaction. And, I'm just happy to get up every day and think about how I'm going to add something positive to the world. I'm very spiritual. I'm going on a spiritual journey now, as it happens. That's more about that another time. But there are a lot of things I'm doing at this stage, and I'm feel lucky and I feel happy. So
good for you. One of the things that I've learned, because the older we get, the more pain we go through, is that then avoid the pain, embrace the pain, so that you can heal from it. Because if you avoid the pain, you're not going to heal. So embrace the pain, like Jesus did on the cross, and get through it and heal.
I agree with you. I'm very big on bereavement. I've gone through a wonderful bereavement group. I lost my mom. This is just a 2-second thing. My mom and I were widowed 5 months apart, and she and I were as close as two people can be. And she looked at me and said, "You know what this means?" I said, "No, Mom." She said, "We are going to spend the rest of our lives together and heal each other." And she died 3 years ago. So I've had a lot of love, and I've tried to give it back to people.
Good for you.
All right. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Mike Jones.
What?
Mike Jones.
Yeah.
Mike Jones. Mike, you're gonna make me listen to some Mike Jones after the end of the statement. Okay, Mike Jones, we're gonna remove you for a moment and we're gonna bring in Sky, okay, before we make a decision. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring in Sky.
Hello.
And Sky. Okay, man, you gotta have some questions for these ladies, man. You gotta have some questions.
Okay. What's your
Okay.
5-year plan? What do you want to see in the next 5 years in your life?
What do?
Okay.
You want me- go ahead, Nancy. You can go first.
I hope I'm lucky enough to be healthy. I hope I'm lucky enough to make some positive changes, for my relatives, my sister, my family, and in some of the businesses I'm in.
Okay.
Every day is a new day. I try to take baby steps and do something good every day.
So you're a take it one day at a time kind of person.
I used to be a big master planner, but I've changed that recently. I try to just grab the moment and enjoy it because, quite honestly, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, we've had such crazy times. Maybe not any different from any other time in life, in history, but I guess I just recognize it more profoundly and I try to make the most of every day.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
Okay, thanks.
What about you, Kathleen? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So, I'm like at this place where I keep questioning, like, do I want to buy real estate? Do I want to be renting? Like, what do I don't know necessarily what I want to do, but I know for a fact that like, I like being able to come and go as I please. So I'm not necessarily looking to, have any specific set goal. I'm pursuing like acting and sort of stuff now. I work in finance. I have a dog. I've never been married. No children. So like I have kind of the ability to figure out what it is I want. Most of my early career, I just did what I was supposed to do. Like you graduate college, you get a job, you do this, And so now I'm kind of looking into like, well, what do I like to do? So I'm just kind of exploring. And as long as I'm financially, independent, I don't have debt. So I don't plan on incurring like $100 million of debt for buying one apartment like place in Manhattan. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just trying to be open and fluid and see what comes next.
Great.
Hopefully with a partner, I want to figure it out. But yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Any other questions? Should I ask you guys more questions, more follow-ups?
Can I ask what is the factory that you're living in a factory by yourself?
Yep. This is my front office. On the other side of this wall is 30,000 square feet of concrete, rebar, steel, forges, presses, shears, plasma cutters, welding machines, CNC milling centers.
Great.
You name it.
Great. I'm in the real estate business, but I love that idea of just, you got a place and I was going to say that the thing that's kind of nice about living where you work is that you're right there. You can get up anytime in the middle of the night. And, I live in Manhattan and unfortunately, this is my mom's apartment. Had to lose her to get this apartment, but I love to do art. And it's hard to do the kind of things I really enjoy doing, which are very large pieces. In this apartment, I spray paint, I do all sorts of crazy things, very large. So I wish I had a place to do that, So I've thought about buying a home, but I don't really want to buy it by myself and just be there. I rented a home this summer to be near family. And the truth is it was lonely. It was a very big home. And I had people there 95% of the time. I had guests. So it's, you have to think about what you're doing.
So you had guests there 95% of the time, but you felt lonely?
No, I felt lonely, which is why I invited guests.
Oh,
I was there for a week or two and I realized it's better with people there. So I decided I'd invite them. Yeah,
all right.
But it's nice.
Okay.
It's nice to be with somebody,
Ding, 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 ding. Nice to be with somebody. What a way to end this segment of the show. It is nice. We're going to see how nice it is, depending on who chooses who. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Kathleen, Nancy, and Sky. Ladies and gentlemen, Soul Dates Live. Sean Garvey hosting and producing right here on Soul Dates Live. We are live on Beat Break Radio. Okay, so we're coming up on the second half of the show because we are getting ready for our next daters, ladies and gents. But the moment you all been waiting for is the decision. Who is going to go on a date with who? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring on Mike, since we have Mike Jones and we have Sky, both with Kathleen and Nancy. All right, so we've never done this before. This is the first time. This is an exclusive right here on Soul Dates Live. Before we get into that, we did say earlier in the program that we allow the viewers to vote on who they think they should go on a date with. Okay? And we already got some comments. We already got some comments in the comment section. So, we have Somer. I think I'm saying your name right. Bellamy. Bring back Mike Jones. Who?
Mike Jones.
So somebody
Funny.
in the comment section saying bring back Mike Jones. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Mike. You getting some love out there? Getting some love?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do, because it's 3 minutes before the top of the hour. We want to definitely go to our next daters. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give the viewers some time, at least about 2 to 3 minutes, to vote on who should go on a date with who. Okay, because we only have one person, but we have a lot of viewers. We have a lot of people tuning in. So you, the viewer at home, okay, go ahead and vote now. Who do you think should go on a date with who? Do you think it should be Mike? Do you think it should be Sky? You know, who do you think should go on a date with these lovely ladies? Kathleen or Nancy? Kathleen or Nancy? All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Soul Dates Live. Sean Garvey, don't go anywhere. And we will see who is going to go on a date with who. We will be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying. First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Mike Jones, Mike Jones, Mike Jones, Mike Jones, Mike Jones, Mike Jones. Let that beat right out. Let that beat right out. Let that beat. Let that beat. Mike Jones, 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 Mike Jones. Slow Days Live, YouTube, Beat Radio. Once again, we're only simulcasting on Beat Radio until 2025. We're taking a break in 2025 so we can work out some things behind the scenes. But don't worry, folks, you will check out any and all highlights of tonight's show on Honey, on the Flow Television Network, Apple TV, Android TV, Spotify, iHeart Podcast, on demand. So don't worry, folks. This episode is not going to go anywhere. This is going to stay on YouTube, okay? The internet never forgets. So does this episode. All right. Let's bring on all the daters. Okay, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Time now to make a decision before we go to our next contestants. Well, before we do that, we got to read some of these comments here.
Yeah.
Like I said before the break, viewer's choice. You, the listener, viewer, decide on who should go on a date. And so far, Mike Jones. Mike Jones. Ronnie says Mike Jones. Also Mike Jones from Gray Key. Gray Key, I'm not sure if it's a male or a female, but this person says he's so sweet. All right. Big shout outs, big shout outs. Also, another vote for Mike Jones. They loving you, Mike Jones. They loving you. All right. And Bellamy says Mike and Nancy. Ooh. Okay. Mike and Nancy. Got a little bit of a connection chemistry there. All right. So we're going to take the beat down. Let me see if we can take the beat down just a little bit. Okay. So we had to cut the beat down because we're in suspense mode. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Mike, Sky, let me take that comment off. I'm sorry. We still getting some more comments coming in.
Oh, okay.
We're still getting some more comments. People are still saying Mike Jones. Damn. Okay. Mike Jones, what is it about? It must be the name. It's got to be the name. It's got to be the name. Mike Jones.
What?
Mike Jones. All right. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. All right?
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. Mike Jones.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to leave it to Sky. Mike Jones, I want you to ask Nancy and Kathleen why they should pick you. Okay? All right? And then we're going to go to the women and decide if they want to go on a date with you or not. Okay? Okay. So, Mike, go ahead and ask Nancy. Let's start with Nancy.
Okay.
Okay, Mike Jones, you ask her the question, why should you go on a date with Mike Jones?
First off, with the comments and just being here, I am extremely flattered and humbled, and thank you for allowing me to be here. Also, Nancy, I am probably the most, how I want to say this, easygoing, mellow. I enjoy the simple things in life. I believe we should live boldly, because we only get one shot, and one shot should be enough. I believe I'm able to read people, and I can see if there's a connection. If there is a connection, we'll have a great time. If not, the worst case scenario, you've made a great friend.
All right, there you go. Okay, all right, Sky, your turn. Sky, go ahead and let these ladies know in about 30 seconds or less why you should be chosen. Why should they pick you?
Oh, that decision's ultimately up to them. I'm not going to try to preen in front of them like a duck.
I love it.
I mean, what am I going to do? Like, put up my peacock feathers and go, pick me, or like grow big giant deer antlers and preen in front of them? Like, no, they can pick me or not. That's their decision. I don't mind either way.
I love it. You know that, I gotta say, that applause is for you, Sky. Let me say, the sky is definitely the limit. Sky is definitely the limit. I gotta know. You know, there's this saying, when a person shows you for who they are, you gotta believe them.
Yeah.
Y'all heard the fact, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, let's go ahead and let's just do it. Let's just do it. We gotta take that down. Why you? Come on, producer, take that down. Okay. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Final decision, ladies. We're gonna start with Nancy. Who do you want to go on a date with? Mike Jones or Sky?
I gotta say, Mike Jones is a really nice guy. I don't think Sky wants to go on a date with anybody. It's just my feeling.
So
I thought he was really
Nancy,
interesting, but I got the feeling he didn't. I thought we had a lot in common, but I don't know how he felt. So nice to be with somebody who likes you. I want Kathleen to go first. How about that?
You want Kathleen? Okay, because you didn't give a straight answer. You kind of like, well, I don't think Sky doesn't want to go on a date with anybody. Okay, let Kathleen. We're gonna come back to you, Nancy. You're not gonna escape this. Okay, we gotta go to our next daters. So, all right, Kathleen.
So
who do you want to go on a date with? Mike Jones or Sky?
This has been a very fun episode and an experience, but I don't think that I am a good fit with either. One is in Arizona and one is in Missouri, so I don't even see how that would work out. And I kind of felt the same with Nancy. I didn't think Sky was very into me, so I think Mike and Nancy would be an ideal couple, and I think they should go on a date. I think it would be great. That's kind of just me.
Thank you.
That's great.
I had to play that womp 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 in the background. Y'all didn't hear it. I had to play it. Okay. All right. So Kathleen doesn't want to go on a date with neither Sky nor Mike Jones. Okay. So we're going to leave it up to you, Nancy. We're back to you, Nancy. Who's it going to be?
Okay.
Is it going to be Mike Jones or is it going to be, I'm just Sky. I'm just here.
No, I know you are. I was going to ask you, how do the logistics of this all work? Are they just internet dates or, how do we get to these places?
So we're an international show, Nancy.
Yeah.
And it's what you make of it.
Okay.
Mind if I have a suggestion?
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
Sure. Yeah. So you can get a used Douglas DC-3 for anywhere between $180,000 and $500,000, depending on condition. Get a pilot's license, registered as an experimental aircraft, and the DC-3 is large enough to make into a house. It is larger than a school bus. So now you have a flying house for less than $500,000. So now geography is irrelevant. You can travel the world at your leisure. Your address is the sky. No pun intended.
Can I add to that also?
Yeah.
I worked for the airlines for 27 years. So I fly anywhere in the world for free.
That's fucking cool.
That is.
That is very fucking cool. That is fucking cool. So
All
what
right.
can
So
I ask?
There you go.
Why did Sky, why did you bring that up? I mean, it's very interesting, but why did you bring that concept up?
Well, I've been thinking. I do a lot of thinking, probably more
Yeah.
than I should, right? But I look at how the housing crisis and the nobody can afford a house, and it's like arguably by design. And
Yeah.
go, what's the solution? Well, maybe the solution is to say, fuck real estate. Let's just get a bunch of multi-megawatt class generators to power off-grid living structures that could effectively fly anywhere. Thus, they're not registered or tied to any real estate, such as dirigibles, such as old airliners, etc. And now it is a complete and total circumnavigation of the real estate choke point, because if you live in a flying house, you are no longer beholden to property taxes. You are no longer beholden to the real estate market. You're no longer beholden to geolocation. You can be anywhere you want, anytime, at your leisure, no restrictions. The world is your oyster.
Mm-hmm. I think at some point someone will figure out how to tax those things.
Well, until
But
somebody
it's a cool idea, but I think
creates
it's
a nano-engineered starship which allows people to live in deep space indefinitely.
Okay, all right. Time for me to come in because there's a huge pause right there. All right, so Nancy, we need to make a decision.
Well,
we could have
we could have a date. I think you seem like a great guy, Mike. I don't know how this would work. I don't know. I'm not going in a dirigible to get to you, but you never know.
Okay, so I'm going to repeat the question one more time.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Mike Jones or is it going to be Sky? Who do you want to go on a date with?
I think even though I thought Sky had a lot that was interesting, I just don't think it would work. I don't think it would work, unfortunately. And I think Mike is a fabulous guy. And I don't know how I get over to him, but whatever. He's a great guy.
I'm humble.
So do you want to holler at Mike Jones? Who do we?
Yeah, if he wants to go out with me, we can figure it out. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I think you made the right decision.
All right. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Sean.
So
you made the right decision, Nancy.
Thank you.
This is great. I want to thank Sean because I think this is a very cool idea and it was fun. It's fun to meet you too, Kathleen.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
And Sky.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Have a great night.
Okay, so Nancy, thank you so much. So Nancy and Mike, we're gonna contact you both offline to exchange
we'll figure it out.
And
bye. Have a great evening, guys.
Thank you.
Everything beautiful. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. So Kathleen, don't go anywhere just yet.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So all right. I'm afraid to ask, Sky. You got any last remarks? All right. Have a good night. Have a good night. All right, Kathleen. Okay. This is live television.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. And anything can happen. All right. So, are you willing to stick around for the second hour? We're already in the second hour of Soul Dates Live. It is 14 going on 15 minutes past the hour, and it is interesting because we have another dater in the queue.
Sure,
who hasn't came up yet. We have another dater who's in the queue right now, and we were supposed to have our bachelorette. We saw our bachelorette in the queue. I'm not sure what's happening. Where are you? Let's see. I don't know what's happening. What's good? It's live. So Kathleen, okay. You willing to stick around, right? Because we have one more guy.
Sure, I'm happy to. You have one person, so you're seeing.
We have one person. We actually had two guys. One of them dropped off. Okay, so ground rules, ladies and gentlemen. Ground rules. Okay, when you all get the emails, you all are informed that the show is from 8 to 10 p.m. or you're going to come on at 9 p.m. or at 8 p.m. Okay, so there's an hour-long show. All right, so please be prepared. Know what you're signing up for. Okay. All right, this is not just this is not a gas station where you just come in, get what you want, and then you're out of there in like 2 minutes. This is not a gas station. This is a taping, ladies and gentlemen. This is a live show. All right, I'm gonna need you all to get your Wi-Fi and everything working, okay, before you come on the show. Okay, all right. Kathleen, back to you. All right, so Kathleen, we got one dater.
Okay.
What do you think about everything so far? What do you think about the first hour? Honestly, what do you think about the daters, Mike Jones and that guy?
So candidly speaking, I was like, am I being punked? But I mean, this is all part of like the fun of like going out and putting yourself out there, right? And so I had fun. It was very interesting. I was expecting a little bit different, but who knows? Maybe they were faced with two girls that they weren't expecting. So, but yeah, I think it's fun and I'm glad to be here. So I'm already here. Let me keep going if you guys want to have me.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, Kathleen, we got one other dater who is in the queue. And we're going to see if we can bring on one or two other daters. But if we're not, we're just going to keep the show going. So what we're going to do is we're going to place you in the queue for one moment. We're going to take a break. Okay. And then we're going to bring you back on with this dater who is in the queue. Thank you so much for your patience. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the road. Soul Days Live, Sean Garvey. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the link YouTube Beat Break Radio if you are not a subscriber just yet. All right. So we're live on YouTube Beat Break Radio. It is Soul Days Live with Sean Garvey. Y'all keep it live.
Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now. Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now. Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
All right, and we're back. Soul Dates Live at Sean Garvey ATL. That is where you can follow me on social media. Instagram at Sean Garvey ATL. Make sure you follow me there. Or you can follow us at Honey Movies app on all social media. We do have another Instagram under Honey, which is Honey Movies and TV. Speaking of which, make sure you download the Honey app to your Roku TV. You can also tell Alexa, play Reach One Network, and it will help you access all the different platforms under Reach One Communications, including Honey, Podcast FM 87, Reach One Network, and Beat Break Radio. We are under Reach One Communications. All right. So Kathleen is still hanging out with us during the second half of Soul Dates Live. And before the break, Kathleen, I mentioned that we have one guy in the green room who is waiting to shoot his shot. Now, we had a couple of daters that were in the queue, and now we can't find them. We don't know what happened. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this is meant to be. Who knows? I'm just a forward thinker. Okay, I'm just a forward thinker.
Sean, were they watching the whole time? Were they watching us the whole time?
They were.
So maybe. Okay. All right. I'm glad someone stayed around.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't watching every single highlight of the show. Okay. But there were parts that they saw. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the show for people that want to shoot a shot, and the dating apps are not working. The dating market is not working. This is pretty much like an alternative, if you will. Okay. And also, I want to advise people. Go ahead, Kathleen.
No, I was saying I think it's great. It's live and it's fun, and who knew what to expect. So, yeah, it's great. It's
interactive.
Yep.
Live interaction. Yeah. And also, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, too, what was I going to say? Daggone it. What was I going to say? SoulDaysLive@gmail.com if you want to be a dater on the show. We are going to be coming back with all new episodes of Soul Dates Live in 2025. Congratulations, by the way, to Nancy and Mike Jones. All right, we're going to be doing a follow-up with them very soon, sometime in 2025. We're going to do some follow-ups with some other daters as well. All right, so okay. So So Kathleen.
Yes.
We had Raymir. That's the gentleman's name, Raymir. I was going to introduce him. We had him in the queue. Now he's gone.
That's okay. It wasn't his cup of tea. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I mean, maybe there's some internet connection that went bad or whatever. We're gonna wait and see if he's gonna come on. We're gonna give him about maybe 4 or 5 minutes before we come back on or what have you. But Kathleen, just from the experience with the guys in the first hour of Soul Dates Live, with both Mike Jones and with Sky, what have you learned thus far? Okay, we got him back in the green room. We got him back in the green room. He's back. His Wi-Fi probably was Wi-Fi. But what have you learned thus far?
Keep an open mind, have fun, and yeah, I didn't learn anything.
Well, we definitely learned a lot about Sky. I can tell you that right now. All right.
No, for Sky more than Mike. And it was like, I think she asked that question to say, why did you talk about the flying house? Meaning like, are you gonna fly to me? Like, I think she was more interested in Sky, but that was just my gut. But hey, I think she and Mike will have fun. I think they'll hit it off.
Hey, we shall see. We shall see. Okay. All right. So we got another dater. All right. I'm gonna take you out.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna take you out. I'm sorry. It's bad choice of words. I'm gonna remove you from the screen here for a moment, and I'm gonna bring this gentleman on. Okay. He's live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna bring him on. I already brought him on. I'm gonna introduce you to him. All right. So he is from Los Angeles, California. He loves hip hop, just like I do. He is a supervisor for the Department of Transportation. His hobbies include making music and photography. Okay, so y'all give it up for Raymir. Raymir, good evening. What's going on, fam?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. Pretty good.
You're very energetic tonight.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about you, Raymir.
Like you said, I like to make music, photography. That's pretty much about it. I design shirts and stuff. So I'm kind of artistic.
Okay, artistic, eclectic, if you will. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, talk to us. Let me switch up the beat real quick. Let me switch up the beat. There we go. All right. So, talk to us, man. Like, how has your dating life been?
Been all right. Hit and miss. A lot of misses.
A lot of misses. Okay. Can you go deeper? Like, where were these misses coming from?
Different stuff. Just honestly, I don't know. I get ghosted a lot. So.
Why do you think you've been ghosted a lot?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
It's more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you look for in a woman?
Compassion. Someone I can talk to.
Someone you can talk to. You know, I am a big component when it comes to communication. Okay. Awesome. All right. So what are you looking to gain from tonight's episode of Soul Days Live?
Just to meet someone new. If anything, a friend. More. I don't know.
Okay. All right. And I see here, like I just mentioned, supervisor of transportation. So you get around. You can travel. You can move around. You can commute.
Not
like that.
Yeah, it's like I just work on the freeway.
Just working on the freeway. Okay. Yeah. I just alluded to that because a lot of the daters we bring on are from different states, different time zones, you know. So, I mean, like, if we bring you on, because this person we're going to bring you on with, she's on the East Coast. You on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So, can you make that happen?
I could try.
You can try. Nothing beats more harder than try. All right. Okay. So, let's bring on Kathleen. Kathleen, say hello to Raymir.
Hi, Raymir. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay. All right. So we're not going to do the whole thing of first date out and all that other stuff or whatever. This is just pretty much you two getting to know each other. And like I said, we were supposed to have some other daters on. They left. I don't know why. It is what it is. It's live television, ladies and gentlemen. But this is going to be a situation where you are like on your first date. You are getting to know each other. Raymir is going to ask you some questions. Kathleen, you're going to ask him some questions. And then we're going to see where the date goes from. Okay, so let's start off with a light conversation. All right, so Kathleen, you're going to ask Raymir some questions, and Raymir is going to ask you some questions, and I'm going to remove myself from the studio for a second. Okay. All right, so the floor is all yours.
Okay. So, so you said you live in Los Angeles. Are you born and raised in LA, or did you move out there?
Well, it's not really LA. It's like east of LA. So I live in a town called like Ontario. So it's kind of far from LA, but LA is like the general area.
Interesting. Do you like living out there?
Yeah, it's fun.
Where are you from originally?
Well, out this way.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
And what do you like to do? Like, what's your favorite hobby?
Other than making music, photography, and I've designed clothes, so different stuff.
What type of photography do you take photos or?
Yeah, landscape. Just when I go on hikes of the scenery.
Oh, it's beautiful. I like photography too.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York originally. I live in Manhattan now, but I grew up in Long Island.
Okay.
And most of my family has lived here, but my parents are down south, and yeah, but pretty much everyone's here. I have a small family now.
What do you like to do in your free time?
So I love pictures too. I don't have like a fancy camera or anything. I just take pictures with my phone and annoy people because I ask for pictures all the time. But I love pictures. I like looking at memories. But I do yoga. I love fun things, like random things. I like doing games. I like board games. I like laughing. How about you?
In my free time, I'm not working.
Sorry, I had to go just pause that.
It's all good.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? The Truman Show.
Oh, so I actually I taught high school social studies in undergrad, and we had a psychology class, and we used the Truman Show as an example for some of that, and I have fond memories of that. Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah. How about yourself?
So I like comedies, but I love like psychological thrillers as well, like movies that make you think. But if I had to pick one, like There's Something About Mary, or Me, Myself, and Irene, or Kingpin. I love the Farrelly brothers. Anything that makes me laugh. And I love movies and TV.
What's your favorite TV show?
I would have to either say Friends or Family Guy, and I know that's like embarrassing to say for some people, but I quote Family Guy and Friends and American Dad, and I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I also love Law and Order. One of my favorite TV shows was The Killing, and also what was the one? It only ran for 3 seasons about the FBI. Mindhunter. Those are the types of How about you?
I like How I Met Your Mother, Family Guy, American Dad. What else? South Park. Anything real funny.
Uh-oh, I think we lost Kathleen. Kathleen, you there? There we go.
I'm here. I'm so sorry.
All right. You can continue. It's just you and Raymond. It's just you and Raymond. All right. You all can continue.
Okay. Where do you like to travel at all?
I do a little traveling here and there, but mostly like the East Coast. I'll go to Detroit and then around California.
Have you ever been to the Grand Canyon?
No.
You should go. If you like taking pictures of landscapes, it's beautiful. Yeah, I think you would like that.
You like traveling?
I love traveling. This year I didn't go on any major ones, but last year I went to Egypt. Oh, I did go on a major. Just kidding. I went to Scotland and Ireland this year. Next year I'm going to Nicaragua, Costa Rica. I'm hopefully going to Australia, but I also go, like, I just go wherever, even if it's like a weekend trip. I like going places. Yeah.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a border terrier. His name is Conan. He's so cute. How about you?
I have a English bulldog named Antidote.
Oh, that's a good name, Antidote.
Yeah.
How old is he?
She's 10 months.
Oh, as a puppy.
Yeah.
When I got Conan at first, I questioned my sanity because I had a hard time training a puppy. But once it clicked, it was all worth it.
Yeah. What do you do for work?
I work at a financial company in the compliance department. It's not what I need to do, but I am grateful I landed here because I really enjoy it. I work in downtown, but we have the flexibility of working like hybrid. So I work from home and from the office.
That's cool.
Yeah. Are you always working on site, or I guess Department of Transportation? Do you drive at all?
No, see, like it's basically the freeway system. So it's I drive, but it's not like the buses, you know.
Oh.
So I'm actually on the freeway working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the crowded freeway. I know. I hear all about the traffic in that part of town.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Do you ever have to work overnight?
Sometimes. How's the? It's pretty bit traffic-wise busy out in Manhattan too, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I guess there's drama in politics with there's like congestion pricing coming out now, but yeah, there's always kind of crowds. And personally, I think there's just so many pedestrians too that it's just hard for anything to get anywhere. But yes, there's a lot of traffic here too. So, touche. Is this your first time doing a dating thing like this?
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, me too. I kind of just, I was like, yeah, I saw Sean's thing and I was like, let me just try. And then I didn't actually expect to get called. So, but I didn't really know what to expect. But hey, why not? You'll never know.
Yeah, same here.
And there he is.
All right, and there he is. Okay. All right. Okay. Hand clap. Can we get a hand clap? Okay, there we go. It's live. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove Ray Muir for a moment, and I'm gonna speak to Kathleen for a second there. Okay, Kathleen. All right. What are your thoughts on Ray Muir?
He's very sweet. He's very sweet. I'm probably a lot older than him, so I don't know what the age difference is. But going back to it, like I don't know how a long distance relationship would necessarily work, but he seems really nice.
Okay. All right. Say you're a nice guy. All right. Let's bring back Ray Muir. Okay. I'm going to remove you, Kathleen. All right. Ray Muir, what do you think about Kathleen?
She seems nice. Yeah. Long distance, it would be tricky, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I can see that you and Kathleen are not taking up on Sky's advice earlier.
I'm not
All right. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay. All right, Kathleen and Ray Muir. All right, we're gonna settle it once and for all. Is there going to be a date? Is there going to be some type of a phone conversation at least? Social media following? What are we doing? Let's just cut to the chase, okay? Ray Muir and Kathleen. What is it going to be? I'm gonna start with you, Ray Muir.
I don't know, because it's long distance, so I'm not too sure. But whatever, social media, I can follow you.
Okay, all right, Kathleen. Let's say you.
So I actually don't have social media, and I am not the type of people that ghost people. And I know that you said you get ghosted a lot, so I'm not gonna say yes. But it has nothing to do with you. Like right off the bat, I'm not about to do like it. Just long distance doesn't work for me. It never has. But I did think you're really sweet and kind. And maybe if the situation was different, I would have. If you lived in New York, I would have happily gone on a date with you. But I just don't. just being realistic. But I really enjoyed discussing it. I probably would have had a great first date.
So it wasn't more. It wasn't more of the chemistry or the connection. It's the distance.
And I actually, like I said that, like I'm not trying to, but like in my profile thing, I was like, if it's more than an hour drive, I don't know if I'm going to do it. And but I'm grateful I got to have the experience, and I do think you're very sweet, and I would have gone on a date if you were in New York.
Okay.
If he even would have wanted to go on a date with me if he was in New York, I don't know, or if I was in LA. But I'm just trying to be honest and not be lying to your face and saying something, that. Sorry, Sean. Should I have said something else? Should I?
I'm just the host. I'm just the host. I'm just the host.
Producer. This is new for me. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Rainier, no one chose me in the comments in the first section, so it's not even like I was thinking. So, I don't know. I'm like runner-up that you're getting here, so it's not fair.
All right. Okay, Rainier. All right. Well, hey, it didn't work out. Rainier and Kathleen, I'm sorry, Rainier. Boo, boo. All right, okay. Well, let me play that boo. No, we're not playing the claps. We're playing the womp womp womp. We're playing the womp womp womp. Let me play that womp 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 womp. There we go. All right. Okay, I'm sorry, Rainier. All right, so. But we do have another taping tomorrow night. If you want to come on tomorrow night's taping of Soul Dates Live, we do have another taping, Rainier. If you want to come on that one, would that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, Rainier. So you got another shot. Shot to shoot your shot.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rainier, I hope it works out for you, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed discussing things with you, and I think we would have gotten along. So thank you for staying around and not ditching for the last round.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can shoot my shot with Kathleen. Now the only thing is I'm in Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm gonna still shoot my shot with Kathleen. Because so we put out an ad say who wants to date Sean Garvey, right? And Kathleen was one of the people that responded, but I was like, okay, let's see if Kathleen would be good for other people too, because I'm a very busy guy, I got so much stuff going on, right? But we're gonna see if I can shoot my shot with Kathleen.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I'm in Atlanta now. Just
You just cut out.
I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, you're in Atlanta, yes.
South Side, shout it.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been to Atlanta. I've been there twice.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take a 2-minute break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna see how this works. Okay.
Sure.
All right. We'll be right back. Soul Dates Live Christmas edition. Woo! All right, man. I didn't know dating was this hard in 2024. Yeah, great. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
All right, we're 14 minutes before the top of the hour. Sean Garvey, Sundays Live, where anything can happen. But we are here to help daters find the one. We are still here with Kathleen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so Kathleen went through 2 different rounds. She went through the first hour with Mike Jones and that guy, Scott. Okay, it didn't work. You decided to not go out with neither one of them. You thought it was a good fit between him and Nancy. And then Raymir appeared, even though we had other daters in the queue. And you and him talked, and it wasn't a good fit because of long distance wise, right? So I'm in Atlanta. You're in New York. And I'm going to try to shoot my shot with Kathleen. Okay? Because like I said, Kathleen originally signed up to the episode Who Wants to Date Sean Garvey. You know, I've been doing that on and off on Sundays Live. And it didn't work. It didn't work. So I am putting myself here on the hot seat and see what's going to happen. Okay? If I'm going to be friend zoned again. Or if there's going to be an opportunity, if there's going to be a chance between me and Kathleen. Okay, so Kathleen.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to start with you. You ask me any question, I'm going to ask you every question. And I'm just the type of person that likes to bounce off of other people. So Kathleen, you start. Ask me anything.
Okay. So you do say that you travel a lot or that you're on the road a lot. So
yes.
You're based in Atlanta, but where else do you go?
So I go to, because I actually came back from Florida doing an assignment. And I plan on going to Alabama. But true story. The first and last time I've been to New York was in 2011.
Okay.
Yeah. And this was the year I thought that 2011 was one of the best years of my life. I can't really say too much about why 2011 was the best years of my life, but it was one of the best years of my life. But I was in New York for the first time, and I got to meet my aunt for the first time on my dad's side of the family. And I got the New York experience. I didn't get the full New York experience, but I got a little bit of it. But I traveled to other places like the Caribbean. I'm trying to think. I've been to Pittsburgh. One of the places I want to visit, though, is California. Never been to California. Las Vegas. I definitely want to go to Paris. I definitely want to go to London. And, of course, Africa, you know. But I've been to a few places here and there, though.
So you're based in Atlanta full time. It wasn't
yes.
like that. Okay. And can I ask, if this is not politically correct, I don't know, how old are you?
I am 40.
Okay.
I'm about to lie about my age. I was about to lie about my age. I was going to say 21. No, I'm 40. I'm 40 years old.
Well, you know how old I am because I put it in the email, but
You're 22.
No, I'm not 22, but does it bother you to date someone that's older than you?
I've dated older women before. You know the thing about older women, they like me because I am an old soul. I've been described as an old soul.
So I just for the first time went out on a date with someone that was younger than me, and he made the comment about, oh, I like dating older. I was like, I'm not a fucking older woman. I might be older than you, but I'm not an older woman. Like, you know, so I'm still at that place where I'm like, if guys are like, oh, I like cougars and all that, like right off the bat, you're off the list. I'm not a cougar. I might be a little older than you, but doesn't mean I'm an older lady.
I never liked the word cougar, by the way. I never liked the word cougar.
Yeah, I'm not any of that. But yeah, I usually always date older guys. So sometimes it's like maybe I'm looking at the wrong area. I don't know. But yeah. So do you have a question for me?
Yeah. Okay. So question for you: what do you miss about the '90s? What do you miss?
Oh God. So I had like such a good. I just love the '90s, and like I know 90s music. I just love it, but I loved that I didn't have a cell phone. I loved that there was no internet, social media. Like it was just like the AOL chat was like the first thing that came up, and like if we were going out, we would say, all right, I'll see you at such and such. And like if you didn't go to such and such, and you would just not know where your friends are. Like there was so much innocence of it. And one of my favorite bands is Smashing Pumpkins, and their video for 1979, like that came out in the 90s, and that video, like the kids running around doing all that stuff, like that's like what my teenage years were like. And I had great friends, and I really enjoyed things back then. It was a lot simpler.
Yeah, it was. You know what's so funny? Because I had somebody say the same thing. Life was so much simpler before social media and advanced technology came into place. And when it came to music, it was very cinematic. Very cinematic back in the day. Before I became a radio producer, I wanted to be a music video director. A lot of people don't know this, but I wanted to be a music video director. And one of the videos that I really loved the most coming in the late 90s was Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
I love Ray. I love Matchmaking 20. I love hip hop. I love different genres of music, but I also what really gravitated me was the music videos.
So I'm the same. I used to MTV, what was it, the Beach House. They used to have like the top 20. Like after school, you would go home and see like the Total Request Live, all of that. I love music videos and all of that. I do. It was great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Awesome. So you want to know what my ideal date is?
Yes, please tell
me.
Okay,
so my ideal date is meeting a person at a park, right? It was meeting a person at a park and just walking or sitting on a beach or on a bench, I should say, and just getting to know that person one-on-one, like asking as many questions as possible, important questions, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm a comedy type of person. I like to go to comedy showcases. That would be later towards the night, towards the end. But of course, go to dinner, converse a little bit, have some drinks, and then go to a comedy show.
So I love comedy shows. I've gone to I saw Dave Chappelle before he was like Dave Chappelle. It was like when he was just starting out. Mm-hmm. I've seen like some of the small little comedy shows in New York City where it's like open mic and you see some of the worst comedians you've ever seen. But if you go with friends, it's like really fun.
Right.
So any type of comedy is definitely, it's a great way to like break the ice, and for sure.
You got to give me your top five comedians of all time.
So anytime I think, so Dave Chappelle, I know everyone just says Dave Chappelle, but I love, my friend and I go, his name's eluding me, obviously it's probably not, he does the Maurizia, that's it. You know, I forget his name. He's a Greek guy, and he was on tour again just recently, and he has this whole Puerto Rican character, and his name will come to me. But like, I love Kevin Nealon. I know that sounds really
yeah. Saturday Night Live,
like
Criminal.
Right. I've seen the Wayans brothers a few times. Although I just saw Marlon Wayans at at the Apollo, and he was like 2 hours late to start the show. So I'm not as keen.
He did a Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So those are the. I mean, I watch any comedian. I haven't really gotten into some of the newer ones. But I need to open up my mind. How about you? Who's your favorite?
Okay, so I gotta give you my top 5. My top 5: Dave Chappelle, the late and great Bernie Mac. I would put Chris Rock in there because Chris Rock, he didn't get my attention in the 90s, but now everything that he has said, especially in his last comedy special, really resonated to me.
Right.
And I was like, I gotta put him in the top 5. I'm gonna say Robin Harris, the late great Robin Harris, and I gotta put George Carlin in there.
Okay.
George Carlin.
So Chris Rock, I mean, I grew up in the 90s, like Saturday Night Live, like he was part of that crew that I loved. And I actually just saw him and Kevin Hart recently. And, you know, it was like, you know, Kevin Hart had the bat because he was going to, you know, anyone comes out for Chris Rock, I'm going to hit, you know. But I never really, like, did Chris Rock stand up. I just remember him, like, from, like, when he was in, that movie, one of the first movies where he was the crackheaded.
New Jack City.
New Jack City, yes. I love Chris Rock.
Pookie.
I just think back to the early days, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I gotta give a honorary bonus to Bruce, D.L. Hughley.
Okay.
You know, it's a few other comedians. There's a lot of comedians up there. You know, Cedric the Entertainer and all them. But man, I know some people in the comment section like, wait, you didn't even mention Richard Pryor? Are you crazy? You didn't mention Red Fox?
Well, I was gonna say Eddie Murphy because like
Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Not even just stand-up comedian, but like I mean, come on, like Coming to America was one of my favorite movies.
It's one of my favorite movies also.
I have to make sure I say this guy's name though. His name is Giannis Pappas. He is so good. I can't even begin to describe. So if you haven't watched him or heard from him, like you gotta watch him.
Okay.
So one of his skits is he does an online dating profile dressed as this Puerto Rican woman. So like he's on one of these things trying to convince people why you should date him. And it's her. So it's great.
Well, you know, it's 2024, 2025, so date him, date her. Okay. So last question, because we're coming up on the top of the hour. All right, so last question. Let's say, okay, what are your thoughts about me so far?
So I think you're very charismatic and it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out here and host these things. I think you're very funny, and yeah, I would go on a date with you. I don't know. Okay. So we got to hit the round of applause on the other end. Okay. Now wait a minute. So this is where it comes tricky. So Atlanta is a lot easier than Missouri, LA, and Arizona. So we would have to figure out something, either meet in the middle or I come down there or you come down there, and then if it's fizzle, then we tried it, but whatever. But yeah, Georgia's not the West Coast.
Oh, okay. I thought it was my swagger though. I thought it was the swag. I mean,
the swag in the bedroom with the plaid bedspread. You mean?
I don't know. We ain't gonna talk about that. We're live, Catherine. I told you I'm traveling. But I think you are very beautiful. I think you're very charismatic as well. I would definitely love to go on a date with you. Okay. So here's the thing, y'all. Tomorrow night, we're doing another Soul Dates Live. Okay? So I'm gonna have Kathleen back on. But I'm also going to have another dater come back on. Okay? So, I'm going to put myself on the hot seat. So, okay. Kathleen going to have to compete against one or two other women.
Well, that would be, you know what? That'd be great. So let's not even decide it tonight. We can do a round tomorrow night. We'll see if I even make the cut that way, and maybe I'll pick a different guy tomorrow night rather than.
Hey. Okay. Well, hey, let's do that then. You up for that?
I actually have plans tomorrow night, but I might be able to switch it around. You just cut out. I can't hear your audio.
Okay. I'm sorry. We had to do the applause. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, it's Christmas week.
Yes.
You know, you can switch some things around.
Sure, I'll switch some things around.
Okay.
You're gonna bring some good content. I have a friend that could do it tomorrow night too. How about her?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Karen, you're doing it tomorrow night.
Karen,
She's
okay.
watching now. She's watching.
Okay. I challenge you to a duel. All right. So Kathleen, you're gonna be my. We're gonna do a second date. We're gonna have maybe one or two other people come on the show.
Okay.
And we're gonna see if this is gonna be an official match, because I really do love your personality. I really do love, you're attractive. Your personality is on point. We got a few things in common. Okay. But we're gonna take it a step further.
Hey, I know we have to be picky these days. We don't just settle. If you see a spark with someone else, go for it. No,
I ain't got $6 million in my checking account yet now.
But yeah, I'll send my friend Karen's email to you so you can get her hooked
Okay.
in.
All right. Let's do it. Okay. Well, Kathleen, you've been a great sport tonight on Soul Days Live. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we look forward to having you back on tomorrow night. I think we have it set for 8 p.m. 8 p.m.? Yeah, we have it set for 8 p.m. Okay, because I don't know if the other dater is going to show up. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if the other dater or the dater is going to show up.
Well, get the voice out. Get it out there for some people to come in. How else, all the single ladies.
Yeah, all the single ladies. Email us souldayslive@gmail.com. I've been doing a poor job in not doing that throughout the entire show, but there you go right there. souldayslive@gmail.com. If you want to shoot your shot, if you want to be on the show, if you want to provide feedback, you can do all that. souldayslive@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, Kathleen. This is gonna be my Christmas present, by the way.
Karen might not be able to do it, but I'll try to convince her. But if not, so try to get some other people up for tomorrow.
Man,
and I'll try to change my plans. I'll let you know for sure.
You're gonna put me and Kelly to work. All right, just make sure you bring the wine. Make sure you bring the wine tomorrow night.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on, Kathleen. We really appreciate it. You've been a great sport. We look forward to having you back on tomorrow night.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. All right. Soul Days Live, ladies and gentlemen, where anything can happen. All right, y'all. So we're out of here. It is 4 minutes past the hour. And we're going to get ready for tomorrow night. Round 2. Soul Days Live, Christmas edition. Sean Garvey. You know what it is. Make sure you email us. I'm going to put the email address out there one more time. souldayslive@gmail.com. That's where you can email us and let us know if you want to be on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Like I said, we are going to take a hiatus after tomorrow's episode, and we will be back in 2025. Okay? All right. So until then, have a good night, and big shout out to all the daters. Congratulations to Nancy and Mike Jones. We're going to do a follow-up with them sometime in 2025. Make sure while you're there at YouTube, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at BEATBREAKRADIO. Okay? We out of here. Until the next time, take care. Happy holidays. And we will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Soul Days Live.